8 months after winning a 5th term in power, Sheikh Hasina is out. Not only from the government but from the country. She fled to neighbouring India today in the afternoon. Just moments later, these are the scenes that unfolded. A month of deadly protests had led to this day. What started with anger over drop quota culminated with Hasina's ouster. She was seen with her luggage boarding a military chopper. We would later come to know that she had already resigned from the Prime Minister's post before heading for India. The day started with a national curfew. The country was still recovering from the weekend violence that saw as many as 100 people being killed in clashes with the authorities, with at least 13 being policemen. Soon after Sheikh Hasina fled, the Bangladesh army chief addressed the nation.
I had invited the leaders from all political parties and we had a discussion. We have decided to form an interim government. The country will now be run by an interim government. We are now going to meet the Honorable President and will discuss about the formation of the interim government under which the country is going to run as of now.
The army chief also called on the protesters to end the violence. He urged the citizens to have faith in the leaders and head back home. We spoke to a journalist and political analyst from Dhaka.
I'm just around the Prime Minister's official residence, which called Bhavan. There are hundreds of thousands of people. I would say I can only see a sea of people. They're literally taking away a single thing they could manage from the Bhavan. So few of them, why you are taking those? They said it's souvenir of people's revolution. So they want to preserve. So I can't say when exactly people will go back to their home, but of course there will that's a celebration moment. It's more than Eid in Bangladesh. It's more than any celebration I ever seen.
Now, for those of you who are just joining in, at about 2:30 p.m. local time, we started getting reports that Sheikh Hasina, who had won a 5th term as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh just this January, had resigned from her post and fled the country after weeks of deadly protests. Just on Sunday, hundreds of people had killed, bringing the death toll during the protests to 300. In an address to the nation right after Sheikh Hasina fled the country, the head of the army, General Wakar-uz-Zaman, said that an interim government will be formed, and he also further urged people, the protesters on the streets, to trust the military to restore calm. The army chief also said that all political parties from every single spectrum of Bangladeshi politics were invited to have discussions with each other to form an interim government. But he also noted that no one from the Awami League, which is the party that Sheikh Hasina belongs to, attended the meeting. However, the main opposition party, the BNP, did attend the meeting, and so far we haven't heard any official statements from the party, but the army chief did mention that they were part of the meeting and everyone has agreed on forming an interim government. We are awaiting more details on that. Now, student-led protests began last month, remember, over government drop quotas, but that soon expanded into a nationwide anti-government movement, and one of their biggest demands was the resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. All right, as I was just mentioning the BNP, we are hearing one of the statements coming in from the BNP chairperson. Tariq Rahman has said that who is the exiled acting chairperson of the opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party, he has said that Hasina's resignation, quote unquote, proves the power of the people. That's the latest developments we are seeing coming in from Dhaka. And to take this further, we are being joined by Harun Habib. He is Bangladesh Liberation War veteran, a journalist and a writer. Mr. Habib, thank you so much for joining us here on WION. I was reading up a little about you, and you were a student journalist yourself during the Bangladesh Liberation War. Cut to 54 years later, we are seeing the students of Bangladesh in the contemporary times lead the protests. I want to ask you, what is your assessment of what has happened today?
Thank you very much. What I have seen that the student power of Bangladesh, the students which led the Bangladesh Liberation War, and after that, again in 1990, against the anti-autocracy of General Ershad, now they have triumphed now. And I have seen that it was initially a quota reform movement, but you have rightly said that it has turned into a massive popular movement across the country. And many people will agree with me that the handling of the situation was not right. The way the government handled the students' unrest, it was not right. And therefore, the aggravation, the scenario has happened right now. And now, what we can see that still Dhaka is under jubilation. Hundreds of thousands of people are rejoicing the fall of Sheikh Hasina as she left the country already. And the army chief gave a very passionate address to the nation. He said that he asked the students, agitators to go back to their home and not to resort to any vandalism.
Right.
And he also promised one thing very important, that he will try the offenders who were resorted in killing and destructions and all that. And one important thing that the army chief has said, that they are going to form an interim government. Interim government by whom it is yet to be cleared, but they are, as of now, they are having a discussion with the President of the Republic.
Right.
But that is a little bit problem because the Parliament is there. So without dissolving the Parliament, how can there be another? But everything will be sorted out as they are discussing things with the President of the country, Mr. Shahabuddin.
Right, Mr. Habib, that's exactly what I was coming to, the political aspect of all of this. You rightly mentioned there's a sense of jubilation on the streets. That's what we have been hearing from the protesters as well. But politically speaking, right now, as the army chief mentioned, Awami League was not part of the meeting. We saw the opposition leader just react, the chairperson of the opposition BNP, calling it the win of the people's power. But remember, BNP boycotted the January election. That's back into the picture. Jamaat-e-Islami, a party that was banned by Sheikh Hasina's government just last week, is back into the picture. Politically speaking, how is Bangladesh looking?
It is too early to predict what political shape Bangladesh is taking in the near future. But thing is this, that army chief has said, and the journalists, when journalists questioned him that why Awami League not present, Awami League representative, he said the time was too short and they could not connect with them to the meeting. And again, in the crucial meeting with the president of the country at the president's house, which is now being held at the Banga Bhavan, what we call here, I think there is no Awami League representative there. But I don't know everything what is going to happen in the next. But thing is this, the situation has calmed down, hesitation has come down. Army chief has taken the responsibility to do justice to the agitators, and the other differences.
Then, Mr. Habib, does it mean that the protests are over?
Protest is over, but we have not heard anything so far from the agitating student leaders. Those who led they're mostly unknown and nobody knew them earlier. Only very recently they have emerged in the political scene. But I don't know, but things will take shape within the next few days. As Agnitif said, that to give a shape of the new interim government, which he said that it is an interim government, he uttered this thing, this word, and what shape it will take and who will be involved in the government is still unknown.
All right, Mr. Habib, thank you so much for getting us your insights from Dhaka. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.